I'll just introduce you two quickly, and then we will actually pass the video that you guys edited. If you want to tell him, maybe.
Oh, she says she's going to start with the questions first and then start the video.
Oh, sure. Okay, I let Dino to relate the questions to me, and so I can answer them.
No, sorry. I was saying we will first introduce you, and then we will pass the video, and then we'll let you sing as a session. So first, I'll introduce you. So today
She'll
we are
introduce us and then start the video.
to be joined both by Joe Tay and Dean Lo, who are two artists and activists, and that will do a live concert. So they will perform two songs for us that are fundamental and extremely important in the Hong Kong struggle. And you know, the audience is really much looking forward to this. And then we will actually be able to chit chat with them. We'll be able to discuss, ask them all of the questions you want to ask. So ask in the chat, ask on Facebook, ask on Twitter. We're looking at you. We will relay the question. But first, we will pass a video that Joe asked us to pass. And so I will mute myself and we will start the video. It's an extremely powerful one with beautiful images. So watch it, sing along wherever you are, silently in your room. And we will be back in a few minutes.
向前行，不動盪，自由達到那一方，花開鋪滿這地，為你護航。鐵欄前守着，淚流亦要去抵擋，堅守心裏信念已不枉。向前行，不動盪，萬人達到那一方，雨傘鋪滿世間，一起去抵擋。血流前仍然守着，不屈不撓齊上。堅守心裏信念已不枉，堅守心裏價值的向往，願有天鋪底口罩脫下來相擁。
So we are back after this beautiful song. I think Joe is back as well. I can't see you though anymore. You might have to turn your camera back on. And then we're ready for Joe Tay and Dean Lo for you live concert whenever you're ready. But I think first you need to unmute, put the camera on. I mean, it's, you know, while you're doing this, I think everyone was following very emotionally, but we're ready to watch you perform. Everyone is psyched about it. I hope you can hear me. Joe, you might need to unmute yourself.
Unmute the sound.
We can't see you.
Hi, Cologne. Hi, everyone, friends of democracy. I think we need each other's strength. We draw on every strength of everybody to stand together. So, okay, I trust that the technology will work for democracy because in a new normal that everyone has to draw strength and power with each other. So I'm asking whoever is watching, Cologne, the world, UK, Asia, Europe, and America, South America, especially Hong Kong, we need you to stand by us. We stand by you together. So the first song is about standing by each other. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Dino.
It's the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Stand by me.
Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now.
Stand by me. Stand by me.
Oh, stand now.
Stand by me. Stand by me. And the next song we're gonna sing is a song that is prohibited singing in Hong Kong, which means when you sing this song, you could be jailed, you could be prosecuted, you could be arrested. And it's a sad thing that many of our rights are being taken away. But the important is, even in the dark time, we must hope for the light. So this song, Glory to Hong Kong, is almost over, a little over a year now. And it inspired the world, which means the power of music lies the hope of humanity. So a song for all of you, for especially the Hong Kongers and the 12 youth that are arrested in China by the CCP. 何以這土地裏再流？何以令眾人亦憤恨？何解血在流，吶喊聲響 頭，盼自由歸於這裏。
何以這句抹不走？何以為信念從沒退後？何解血在流，但邁進聲響頭，見自由光輝香港。
在晚星墜落午夜，迷霧裏最遠處吹來吶喊聲，看自由來齊集這裏，來全力抗對，智慧勇氣也永不滅。黎明來到，要光復這香港，同行兒女為正義時代革命，祈求民主與自由，為信呼不留，我願榮光歸香港，祈求民主與自由，萬世都不朽，我願榮光歸香港。光復香港，
時代革命，
五大訴求，
缺一不可。
Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong. Yep. Let me put on my earpiece now. Thank you, Kalom. Thank you, everyone, for your support and remembering Hong Kong.
I hope you can hear me now, but well, first of all, stand with Hong Kong, and thank you so much for this beautiful performance to the two of you. It was really, it was beautiful, and I think I was watching people on social media that were reacting extremely emotionally to you singing. As you said, for Glory to Hong Kong, it's a song that you can now go in prison to, just for standing for democracy and for standing for Hong Kong. So I'm assuming that hearing those words from all the way from Toronto, Canada, where you are right now after fleeing 2 months ago, is extremely emotional.
Sorry, echo.
Yeah, I can imagine with the startup there must be a few.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. I mean, and thank you for all the work you did in putting together this prestation. It was beautiful.
I think that this is the least we can do for the people who sacrifice, and this is just nothing. And also for Kalom, and I like to take this opportunity to thank you for you guys always remember Hong Kong and organize the Freedom Fridays, and also remembering the Uyghurs, remember the Mongolian, and the suffering that the rest of the world by the authoritarian. Yeah.
No, of course. And I mean, we all in this together. We discussed it already, you and I, but the point being, we have this common humanity and we should stand together across the world to defend it and to defend each other. And so we are really, really happy to be able to host this talk with you. I think, already I had a few messages from, including one person's mom in the room who recognized you, and from movies and so on. So I have the tech team behind me right now, and everyone was singing and dancing at the same time. And we received already a lot of messages saying how amazing the performance is. But you have a quite particular career as well, right? Because you were a very well-known actor, and you still are, but decided to flee Hong Kong and to put your career at risk for the pro-democracy struggle. So I was wondering if you could, and for your stances for democracy, so I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about your career and how you decided to fight for freedom and to fight for Hong Kong.
Okay, Kalom, and actually it's a rather personal experience that I encountered. As a singer and as actor in Hong Kong, I could only imagine that I had this identity somebody consider privilege and a little bit special than normal jobs. If me will experience such a suffering, how much more the Hong Kongers will suffer. So I'm gonna share with everyone a little bit of my personal experience. Okay, I might be hearing the echo of my voice, but it's okay. So I'm gonna do my part. Okay, I think everyone will remember the extradition bill that was introduced last year in 2019, and everyone was outraged in Hong Kong. Almost 1/3 of the population did show up and asked for the withdrawal of the bill, and we did success, and the draw finally withdrawn. But since then, the Hong Kongers has been met with escalating police brutality and the injustice. And I recall why I'm joining the fight is it's pretty bizarre because I was in a party before the first million march, 1 million people. So it's on June the 9th. So it's a few days before that. And I was in a party approached by a reporter asking me, okay, are you going to support the coming?
We have a little technical issue, I think. Joe, I don't know if you can hear me, but it cut. Sorry, everyone. I'm sure he will be back in just a second. There's sometimes some delays. Yeah, I see you again, Joe.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, let me continue. Okay, so I was saying that the reason I joined the fight is rather bizarre. On the June the 9th, the first million march, and before that I was in a party with a lot of actors friends. We were just enjoying our time, and there was a reporter asking us, will any of us support the upcoming protests? Well, the rest are disappearing just like this, but I'm there, and I said, well, why not? It's legal, it's peaceful, and it's in everyone's right to. So I said, why not? And guess what? The remarks was published the next day, and almost instantly there are numerous text messages from a dear friend of mine who is well connected with China and Hong Kong business. He said, Joe, you know what? You are in a hot water because a photo of you were circulate in the mainland China official circles that you are inciting people to go on the streets to protest, and these people should be banned to work in China. And my friend was asserting me that, okay, don't worry, Joe, I'm well connected. I know these people. So 2 things you need to do for me. I will fix that for you. First, just don't go to the protest. Just don't go to the protest. Secondly, and you must say the story was made up by the reporter. I said, what? I have to lie. I have to frame a decent reporter in order to get work in China. And I said, no, thank you. And that was our last conversation. But the trouble didn't stop there. And a couple weeks later, a longtime friend told me in the show business I was blacklisted. The list was given down by the Chinese officials from the CCP that certain people will not be allowed to work in China. So I thought that was only in China. So at least I still have Hong Kong. But and then later on, the CCP intimidation doesn't stop in China. And I work with the largest TV network in Hong Kong, and I had a contract, but they politely asked me to take down all my posts regarding to Hong movement, democracy movement. And I said, well, this is my personal space, Facebook, IG, YouTube's. And I said, I kindly refused, and my contract was discontinued. And so when that is finished, I realized that, wow, in order for Hong Kong people to survive, you have to keep your voice quiet. And you know what? Hong Kong people have experienced the lawlessness every day. And suddenly people disappearing, and massive death unexplained, and people just arresting people younger and younger. And after the NSL, the National Security Law, you will see freedom of speech was taken away. No more free press, like the Apple Daily incident, and people are afraid to flee Hong Kong, just like the 12 youth. The 12th youth, and they were captured on in the water of Hong Kong, and now in China. So I was actually asking myself, how can I be more useful as an artist or a singer? And I don't know what to do because, like, how can I be a bigger voice? Because under the NSL, everyone could be jailed. As we are talking now, asking help, sharing information worldwide, you are colluding with foreign power and you can be jailed indefinitely. So I think inspired by Nathan Law, I think who has a big voice on international stage, I was inspired. Maybe I can go to the international front and ask for help. And that's why I fled Hong Kong around 2.5 months now. And this is why I'm here. Yep.
No, thank you for sharing this incredibly personal story. And you do have a huge voice, and I'm sure that you are inspiring a lot of people in speaking out and in acting across the world. And a lot of the people following this live right now are not only from Hong Kong, but are from all over the world. You mentioned Fridays for Freedoms. We do those protests every Friday, and they're attended by people of all nationalities who want to stand by Hong Kongers. And having Hong Kongers leadership is absolutely key. So, now that you're in a position to do so, I'm sure that you are inspiring countless people in acting. I had another question for you. You mentioned the fact that Glory for Hong Kong is forbidden in Hong Kong. You are able to sing it you mentioned you're in Toronto right now, in Canada. What does it mean to you to be able to sing it to an international audience when at home you wouldn't be able to do so?
Okay, I let my partner Dean know. He actually has a song written, which is the first video that was almost released the same time as Glory to Hong Kong. I'm sure if he was in Hong Kong, then he'll be captured too and will be forbidden song. So I let Dean know to say a little bit first, okay?
Hi, Colin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So regarding the question, to me is actually quite ironic that the song is banned in Hong Kong because Hong Kong is supposedly a world-class city. And it really pains me to say that a city this beautiful is currently brought down by authoritarianism and also police brutality, where they, like what Joe said, they kept targeting younger and younger people, the next generation of Hong Kong and the future of Hong Kong. I'm obviously very, very glad that my parents took me here to Canada when I was really young. And I'm glad that I can continue to support my homeland, or my original homeland, from far away. But it just pains me because I don't know when I can go back just because I wrote a song or I sang a song in the name of freedom. So, yeah.
So to us, to sing the song, it's like every time we sing it, it's not like just any other song. It's really touch our life, and we know many people's lives forever disappear, and that's why there's a song to remember the lives and the people sacrifice who are in jail and gonna be in jail. So every time we sing it, it's actually heartbroken. So I would not say. Oh, it's also an honor, but we rather not sing it. You know what I mean? Because if nothing has happened, there won't be such a song to remember Hong Kong in such a difficult situation. Yeah.
Thank you, Danilo, for sharing this as well. And I see from Andrea coming in the chat that people have been requesting on Facebook whether you can sing actually and perform the song that Danilo composed. I think it's called Be Water.
Okay.
If you are
Sure.
willing to do it.
They want Dino to sing live, right?
Yeah, they want it.
Before he's preparing, okay, let me tell you how I found Dino. It's really strange.
Yeah.
Because just a few months ago, I have an online music just to remembering Hong Kong and try to use songs to encourage people. And by then, the NSL was not introduced, the National Security Law. And a friend of mine who told me, said, okay, have you ever heard of a song, Be Water? I said, no, what? I only know the song Glory to Hong Kong. He said, well, this is actually a song that connects a lot of people. It's over 1 million views. I said, oh, really? Okay. Then I chose that song. I was crying when I first heard about the song. And after the song, I tried to, because after that song release, you can check out the YouTube and know more. Just like the guy here. Wow. I asked who is the guy who is so heroic that putting one song and let everyone to know and then disappear. I find that it's almost like a Marvel hero, huh? So I always have a curiosity. I must find this person. And I try to leave message in YouTube, no reply. And then all of a sudden, some reply oh, this guy might be in Canada. So I look for him in IG. There I was. I found him. And when I landed Canada, I find Dino. So here he is.
That's an amazing story of how you two found another, how two amazing artists got together for Hong Kong. So
Yeah, just like how we find you or you find me.
exactly on Twitter.
Yeah.
Before we
Okay,
start,
so are you ready? People are requesting that you sing live at least. Yeah.
just before starting the live
Okay.
performance, I have one last question from
Okay.
people for the two of you. You know, you mentioned that Hong Kongers are risking their lives. You guys found each other and are advocating. What do you want people watching this to do? What is your request for people to stand with Hong Kong?
Just don't let the darkness disappoint you to the point that you stop writing. I think just like Glory to Hong Kong, now they cannot sing the song anymore. Even the writer cannot perform the song and he could be in danger. But this song just like seeds, they sink in people's soul. And when the times come, it will arise to the occasion. I think songs, art are the perfect weapon that the authoritarian cannot match with us because it's in here and expressed in music, in paintings, in poems. So we must use this tool wisely. Some people in Hong Kong, they make fun of the current situations, politics situation, how Hong Kong is suffering, but using another way, like a crazy way, but people gets it because we are all the oppressed people. So I'm demanding people, when you are almost giving up writing songs for Hong Kong or for democracy in your own country, keep writing using your art, your weapon in here. Adino, what's your take?
Okay. The fact that the Hong Kong government or the CCP, wink wink, banned songs and music on the streets or online just speaks volume of how important art and music is in all aspects of life, and especially during this difficult time. I had personally, I had many sleepless nights after seeing police brutality clips or just injustice in general, and then you just can't sleep. And for a very long time, I would scroll through posts. I see those clips, but at the same time, I see a lot of amazing artwork and songs done by basically fellow people who walk with us in the road to democracy. So that's just really proof that you can't really fight for freedom part-time, but it's a 24/7 full-time thing. So to answer your question, I believe it's okay to feel sad, embrace those feelings, but don't forget to just stay strong, continue to fight for what is right. And I believe that everyone has their role. Like Joe's role and my role are no more important than a regular person who is sitting in their bed right now watching the video, because everyone has a voice and everyone has the right to be free. So.
Very well said. So everyone should use their voices and support people fighting for freedom.
Okay, and we like to use this song to also dedicate it's not just Hong Kong matters. We can see CCP has stretching their arms to different parts of the world, and especially using the economics power. I think that's very horrible because using money everybody needs to attract those people who are tempted and giving up the rights on behalf of the people. So even though it's a Cantonese song to remember the brutality that the police introduced to innocent citizens, I think they are just innocent people everywhere in the world. So this will be a song to dedicate people in Uyghurs we must pay attention to, peoples in Mongolia, and people in different hardships in the other parts of the world. Just pay attention to Now for Humanity. And I think what they are doing now is just perfectly introduce the world must come together as one to fight democracy. And also you can see the fire in California. So it also is the climate change. Many people are giving up by the politicians, and we must voice as ones too. Okay, so Dino, you're gonna play.
You should sing with me.
I see what I know actually whether I can remember all the lyrics. This is the difference between a young artist and an old artist. Okay, but we'll try to make it. Okay.
There's a saying in Chinese that ginger is more spicy if you're more aged.
Yes,
So.
I'm the old ginger, obviously. Okay.
I look forward to it. Good luck.
Okay.
We can start from the middle.
Okay.
Short, yeah.
大訴求，缺一不可，唱着詩歌，機艙廣播，時代革命，光復香港。
我們撐着，絲絲緊扣，兒時把絲緊握雙手，香港人加油！向前行，不動盪，自由達到那一方，花開鋪滿這地，為你護航。鐵欄前守護着，淚流亦要去抵擋，堅守心裏信念，已不枉。向前行，不動盪，萬人達到那一方，雨傘鋪滿世間，一起去抵擋。血流前仍然守護着，不屈不撓齊上落，堅守心裏信念，已不枉。堅守心裏價值的向往，願有天步底口罩脫下來，相擁。
Thank you now for humanity. You are doing a great job, and we are just so thankful that we are part of today's Freedom Marathon. Thank you.
Thank you to the two of you. We received a lot of comments from people saying that this means the world to them, that you sang this song at the end and that you took the time to do this. So thank you. I know a lot of people are feeling more hopeful, and I just really thankful that you could put into songs what they are not allowed to say in the first place.
Yeah, that's the least, like I said, the least we can do.
Amazing. So Joe and Dinlo, thank you so much for joining us. We'll now have another panel on what we can do in practice to support and further democracy. And we will also have Hong Kong activists in this panel joining us. So I invite you to stay on, but regardless, thank you so much for this. Thank you for joining me and have an amazing day.
Okay, cheers to you, Colum, and your team, okay? Have more coffee and stay awake.
Already too much, but I will continue.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.